What is up, everybody? I am Get Flanked. Welcome to another episode of Situational Siege. This is a series where we break down a particular situation in the game and talk about the different decisions that could be made in that situation. The goal really is to get input from everybody watching the video and me, and to provide a different perspective when we play this game so that we can think outside the box and look at these situations differently the next time that we encounter them. So as usual, as we go along here, you're going to get my thought process and how I'm interpreting the situation, but make sure that you're putting your perspective down in the comments and how you are looking at the situation and how you would have played it. Now, in the previous episode, I broke down a 1v1 situation that I played really poorly. I'll link that in the top right-hand corner right now. If you didn't check that episode out, go back and watch it. I think there's a lot to learn, especially what not to do in 1v1s from that episode, and I'm pretty proud of that one. So make sure that you watch that one. Again, it's in the top right-hand corner right now. In this episode, we're going to go over an attacking round, and it's going to kind of focus on that moment in the round that I think a lot of players encounter where, about half the round has gone through, you're still on the roof, and you haven't really accomplished anything in the round, and it's time to really do something. It's these moments that I think decide who wins rounds. So with that said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to let the round play up to that point, and when we get to that point, I'll pause it. We can break down, kind of my thought process, what I'm thinking, what's going on in the round, and then we'll move on from there. Okay, there's a Valk. Bye. One's new balcony. Okay, so here we are with a minute 39 left in the round. I think this is kind of the key moment for the round. And again, I think it's a situation that a lot of players find themselves in, especially on attack. So there's a minute 39 left in the round. I'm still on the roof. I really haven't accomplished anything as a player at this point. I droned out the top floor, but keep in mind that I'm solo queuing in this clip. And if I was playing with a 5-stack, I think that what I'm doing right now is appropriate. And, I think it's a good idea to attack this site from the top floor down. By the way, the site is the mining wheel room site on the middle floor. So I think if I'm playing with a 5-stack, it's a good idea. Take control of top floor, work your way down. That's a good attack plan for this. But I'm solo queuing in this clip, and none of my random teammates have the same idea as me. All of my teammates are pushing from the bottom up, or at bare minimum from that level. Nobody's coming up top with me. Nobody's helping drone out the top floor. Nobody's going to be up here with me if I push the top floor. So that's an important aspect of this. Now, the fact that there's a minute 39 left in the round means that it's time for me to make something happen. I've got to do something. And I'm looking at this hatch right now, like, do I really want to push this? I just droned out that there was a rook on the top floor. I didn't drone out the complete top floor, so there could be somebody else up there as well. Do I really want to drop this hatch and push into the line of sight of a rook with an ACOG? That's kind of the decision that's facing me right now. And I think the appropriate answer there is no. If I was pushing this with my teammates, if my teammates were going to be pushing this as well, if, maybe I had a teammate on a window, if the other hatch was open, if we were going to be applying pressure from multiple angles here, then I think the answer is yes. Again, pushing the top floor when attacking this site is not a bad plan. But doing it solo against a rook who's already established up here and maybe somebody else is not a good idea, in my opinion. I'm also taking into account that there is a Valkyrie on the other team, which kind of takes window play out of the question for me. I mean, usually the Valkyrie's going to have at least 2 of her cameras outside. It's very easy to see a large portion of the outside of this map with Valkyrie cams. So my thought process right now is either drop the hatch or go somewhere else and get inside. And I'll let the rest of the round play here. You'll see what I do. We have control of site. Let's get a plant. Gridlock. Gridlock, where are you going?
Remaining. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Bomb diffusion initiated. Protect the diffuser.
Breach charge primed. Track success.
Okay, so there you saw that I made the decision to get off the roof, to get inside the map. I got a couple kills, and that's what really opened up the round for us. Now, do I think that the other team played that well? No. Should that have worked? Probably not. They probably should have seen me coming on that 90 cam. The Jaeger probably should have heard that barbed wire. I'm not really sure what the Jaeger was doing, if he was AFK or what, but that's kind of the point of this, in all honesty. Like, your opponent is not always going to play the round perfectly. That's just a fact. And I think a lot of players, especially in those silver, gold, low plat ranks, spend a lot of time on attack overcomplicating things and having what I call attacker anxiety of, hey, what do I do next? Anywhere I go, they're going to get me. I'm going to be an easy kill for them. So what do I do? And then it kind of turns into paralysis by analysis. And, you're finding yourself on the roof with a minute left in the round and you haven't done anything. And I think if you only take one thing from this video, a lot of times in these situations, just simplify things by saying, okay, I'm just going to get inside the map, keep my sights up, and see if I can get a couple kills and see what happens. I think this is especially true when you're solo queuing. Again, my plan of attacking the site from the top down, that's a great plan when your team is doing it with you, but by yourself, not so much. So let's talk a little bit about the decision on why I went in the way that I did and that whole thought process. So I noticed earlier in the round that the Ash opened up the garage and pushed the white stairs. She died, I believe, to that rook. But I knew there was a hole there, and I knew that I could get inside there quietly. So that's why I decided to go that direction. I thought it would also be the least likely place that there would be an enemy. At this point in the round, I was doubting that there was going to be an enemy on the bottom floor. So that's why I made that decision. Coming up this new staircase here, I wanted to do this because I saw the rook on new balcony, and I was thinking that I might be able to get an easy kill on the new balcony by coming up those stairs, but he wasn't there anymore. And then at this point, I'm just pushing into sight and trying to, again, just pick up a couple kills and open it up for my teammates to push. Now, at this point, none of my team has really pressured the site at all. Like, we're all spread out throughout the map. So me opening this up allowed them to now rotate to these windows and push in and get the plant. And again, I think that this decision of just getting inside, getting a couple kills is what won us the round. Now, one thing that I don't want to get confused here is that I'm saying just get inside the map, don't drone or anything, just get inside. You just rush inside the map at the beginning of the round. Like, keep in mind what you would do as a roamer, okay? If I'm roaming in the beginning of the round, I might be on that bottom floor watching for somebody entering down there and trying to get an easy kill. But with a minute 39 left in the round, I'm probably not going to be down there anymore. At that point, as a roamer, I've probably rotated somewhere where I've seen an enemy on cam or I'm hearing them, and I'm trying to put myself in a situation where I'm more likely to see an enemy. I'm not going to be on that bottom floor anymore. That's why I made the decision to push that way and kind of come up from the bottom floor. And I think that's something to keep in mind, is that timing. And, again, put yourself in the shoes of the roamers. What would you be doing at that point in the round? Okay, guys, that's going to do it for this episode of Situational Siege. Hopefully you enjoyed this. I think this is really valuable for, that average player out there that spends a lot of time solo queuing. This is something that could help. Let me know what you guys are thinking about this situation down in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure that you like and subscribe, and I'll have more coming your way here soon.